Okay, so some tremendous progress here. I fire everything up, so we got power everywhere. Everything seems to be working well. I'll turn off the light so you can see the LEDs. So there you go. Got the heartbeat going. PM42 is working. The interface and the router are working. And what I did is I wired basically 3 sections. This was not wired to the layout yet, but just to test out these 3 sections. And I wired zone 2 on the common rail out to the track. I was just testing it, so that's why it's kind of sloppy right now. But zone 2 is the one that I have hooked up right now, right here. And it's feeding the BDL 168. The testing lights are actually working. They're picking up the train as it goes through this section. And actually going back to the common rail, the funny thing is I had this wire on the wrong zone and it still works fine. So it just goes to show you the zone really is completely independent of what's going on here. So I can switch that wire to any position basically. As long as it's hooked up to the rail, it'll power it up. So let me show you what's going on with JMRI. On JMRI, I was able to edit the panel so that it turns red on the section that is occupied. So I call this the tunnel section. I call this main 1 from pane to dock, which is basically this whole stretch here. And then this bottom one is main line 2, up to the dock as well. I might eventually cut these in half so that I can stop the train before the crossing gates over here, or even in 3 sections, because there's another set of crossing gates here. But I could do it later on. And then what I tried doing is basically seeing if I can set off the track, the zones with the locomotive. So I'm going to zoom in here. So right now the locomotive is sitting right in front of the tunnel. That's why that section is red up to the junction. So there's a locomotive right in front of the tunnel, and there's a crossover reflected on the panel. So what I'm going to do is take this locomotive forward and go into main line 2. And once I cross the double gaps right there, I should be in the next block. So let's see if that's the case. There it is. It changed. So I'm going to back it up again. And let's see it change back to where it was before. And you're going to see there's a little delay while it switches. See it? Right there. I'm just going to switch the turnout. And now when I go forward, it should set up the other track. And there it is. Like I said, it's a little long right now, but good enough for now. I'll break it up later. Alright, this is awesome.